Hi guys, this is Numistacker here, and I haven't got any unboxings to show you today, but I thought I'd talk about selling generally and to a lesser extent buying. So, some people buy and never sell. Some people buy and never keep the stuff they buy. Some people just get bored easily. Selling, in my experience, is much more difficult than buying, but really, if you know what you're doing and you take some precautions, not really that difficult at all. It's probably true to say that at a low price you can sell precious metals and collector's coins anywhere. So if you get bored with your half-ounce gold pandas or 2014 proof Libertads, just let me know and I'll take them off your hands and relieve your boredom. The art of selling, though, is about venue, approach, price, and I remember when I was at uni I specialised in marketing, and I remember reading Philip Kotler, the marketing guru, and he talked of the 4 Ps, including product, price, promotion, distribution. Other people then expanded on his ideas, including other Ps like, people who's selling it, packaging, how is it differentiated, physical evidence, and all this kind of stuff. And more recently, people have expanded on that further to include things like, product availability and how that affects price, affordability, acceptability, and all these things, all these factors have an influence on your strategy for selling the coins that you buy. And you may think it's all a bit ethereal, kind of up in the air, but how does it all relate to you and I and to our coins and to our collector's items? Well, ideally, and I'm speaking for myself only really, that we all want to get back a little bit more than we pay for the things we buy. Nobody wants to collect things that are going down in value. Some of us have had that with other objects and stamps and all this kind of stuff over the years. There'll be others of you who say that we collect just for the pure pleasure of collecting and accumulating and looking at history, and that's also a totally fair kind of approach. Yet others of you will just want to buy something, maybe break even on it, pass it on. Some of you will even buy just to admire an object or write about it or put a video together, and then be happy to sell at a loss to fund new things, and then those new things will then complete the same circle again and again and again. Now, what's clear to me is anything that's being sold is being sold for a reason. Is that item that you're thinking about buying somebody else's dog? All dogs can find a home at a price. Is it a reluctant sale? Is it a flip? Are you providing the profit for somebody else's flip? What's the motivation? Is that item that you're thinking about buying, that somebody else's flip, saleable multiple times across multiple flips? Each flip has a 15% sales cost. Will you be the person who's left at the end of that chain holding the baby and have an item that you're bound to make a loss on when you sell it? Are you paying over or are you paying under the market rate? As a seller, it's very important to understand the mindset of the buyer. Price is one of the most important factors, so let's look at price. If you price it low, it will obviously sell immediately. There's unlimited demand for things that are being given away, although if it's priced too low, people get suspicious that maybe it's a fake or a counterfeit, or there's something wrong with it, or you're never gonna give it to them. If you price it high, and it'll never sell. Other sellers will sell more cheaply, so why should they buy anything from you if your price is too high? A mass-produced item like a coin, it's manufactured, it should have a uniform price. Shouldn't it always be exactly the same price no matter where you buy it? Not necessarily, as the product that it is could be different, or at least perceived as being different, depending on how it's sold and where it's sold and why it's sold and who's selling it. Is a coin for me, with 1005 positive feedbacks on eBay, the same attractiveness as a coin with a new eBay seller with no feedback? Is my coin as attractive to Americans if I have to send it to the USA and charge international postage and it arrives a week later? Or maybe there's a customs issue. How much is my coin worth if there is a good price history available on the internet, and therefore you have the confidence to know how much the price should be? How much is it worth if you're taking a risk and there's no price history? How much is my coin worth if my photos are so blurred or distant a buyer can't see what I'm selling? Is it a coin suitable for selling in a forum? For example, if I had a Libertad for sale, I might go to bullionstackers.com. If I had a Chinese medal for sale, I might go to the Silver Forum or Silver Stackers. So there are different forums on the internet that specialise and where the buyers for certain coins will meet, and that's often a good low-cost way of putting up your coins to sell. If I sell on a forum, I can then cut out the middleman. I can cut out eBay, I can cut out the charges. I might even be able to ask the buyer to pay the PayPal charges and buy it as a friends and family transaction, which is going to result in the buyer paying a small charge or no charge, and me also no charge. However, there's a downside. I have to then lower my price. I have a reputation to uphold. I can't price what the maximum the market will bear. I have to price towards the minimum, and my reputation matters, and I need to stand by those coins. I'll also have a much lower but much more specialised number of buyers, so maybe 50 potential buyers for my coin instead of putting it out to 10,000 buyers in different countries on eBay. So it may be a coin that is suitable for selling in a forum. Is it a coin suitable for selling in a Facebook community? Many of you may participate, many of you may not, but there are at least a dozen great Facebook communities for people buying and selling certain types of coins. These Facebook communities are generally closed communities which will accept you as a member if you ask. They work on honesty and reputation, and generally, if you have coins to sell and your coins are reasonably attractive and have a value, you will almost always get a better price on a Facebook community or a forum than you would do by walking into a dealer and offering your coins. How about auctions? There's Baldwin's, Stack's, Heritage, Spink, Great Collections, to name but a few. You can get a better return here than you might think, and if you have something expensive or specialist, it absolutely pays to focus on a specialist audience. It might also be the lazy way of selling. You can just send all your coins, they'll deal with all the paperwork and send you the proceeds. It's actually a ridiculously easy way of selling, but there are costs and they can be high. Buyers are paying a premium of 15 to 25% to make a purchase quite often. Sometimes the sellers are paying some kind of auction listing fee as well. And the cost to the buyers often is so high that the hammer price is not quite the true value of the coin. So there's a little bit of an extra premium built in there because the buyer doesn't want to pay over the odds for the coin and takes the hammer price into consideration. How about eBay? eBay is the world's largest coin shop. eBay can be great, but it has lots of subtlety as well as high costs. Where are you located? What are your buyers? Can you be very clear about what you're offering? If you choose to sell by eBay, should you sell by auction? Buy it now? Is it a good thing to have best offers enabled? Should you use global shipping programs? Is your feedback score sufficient to give confidence? If you sell by auction, should it be starting at 99 cents or start at about 15% under the item's true market value? And of course that question is normally that if other people start at 99 cents and have successful auctions, then choose 99 cents because it will attract the buyers. If you have a specialist item where you think there are going to be relatively few people interested in it, it's very, very dangerous to start at 99 cents because there may not be that many people who are bidding against each other to raise it to its true value. If you sell by buy it now, do you want the item to sell or not? No joke. Look at the other buy it now prices. Are they serious listings or show listings? Look at the sold sales. Have any items ever in fact sold at those high buy it now prices? Sometimes sellers put high buy it now prices and then put the same coins up for auction to give you an idea what the value of those auctions are worth, and so you can measure the auction value against the buy it now prices and feel you've got a bargain. Face to face, is it better to visit a coin show? There's loads of coin shows around, maybe not as many as there used to be. Is it better to tout your wares amongst friendly dealers? Is that a good idea? Face to face can be the best place to buy and sell, but usually you have to be very focused. Benefit is that you have a competitive market if you're selling something rare and unusual, but many dealers will know more than you do, and they are also running businesses and need to make a 25 to 50% profit on anything they buy from you and sell on. So as a buyer, you at least can see and inspect the conditions of coins before you buy, and that's got to be good. So in theory, you should have a choice of the best possible coins, and if you can then spot a bargain that the dealer hasn't spotted, you can then potentially grade that coin or resell it and make money on reselling it to finance your collection. So with all that, what can you conclude about selling? My conclusion is it's complex, very complicated, it's multifaceted, and there are lots of things to consider at the same time. Just to recap very slightly, who are you? Where are you? What's your motivation for selling? Are you a flipper? Are you buying another coin or asset, paying a debt, buying a house? What do you actually need as a return? What's the market trend? What's the market doing? Are prices going up for numismatic items or down in your particular area? Are PM prices up or down? Are you making sure that you're getting a good return after spot on anything bullion oriented you're selling? And then what is your product? You can have a coin which is scratched, you can have a coin in good condition, you can have it with a box, with a COA, with a capsule, with bad pictures. Be careful and describe what it is your product so you get the most out of that particular market and selling it. Photography is really important. What are the selling costs? Is it better to go to a high cost market like eBay and pay the price? Or is it better to sell on a forum or a Facebook group where you can have the minimum selling costs, but you're going to get the same 15% less for the coin generally as well? So I hope I've given you a lot to think about. I hope that this video will inspire lots of interesting comments and observations, and let me know and let everybody else know what your experience of selling is, and what you think is the best strategy for different types of material for selling. So as always, thanks very much, and please like and subscribe and comment.